Which two groups of people led nationalist movements? On track, radicals and liberals is the correct answer.
Who became known as the father of the Constitution?
Great thinking. James Madison is the right choice. How many phases did the French Revolution go through? You got it. Your choice 3 is right. What working class movement arose in London in 1836? Sharp thinking. Chartist movement is the right choice. France was divided into social classes known as this. Well reasoned. Estates is the correct choice. When did Napoleon establish a military dictatorship? Smart move. 1800 is an accurate answer.
A belief that people should be loyal to their nation.
Correct. Nationalism is the right answer. The leader of red shirts during Italian unification. Perfect. Giuseppe Garibaldi is the correct choice.
British military land general who defeated Napoleon.
Well picked. Duke Wellington is the correct answer.
Which event led to the execution of King Louis XV?
Well done. French Revolution is the right choice. Which countries united during the Fourth Coalition? Good job. Your answer: Britain, Russia, Austria, Prussia works well here. Who led the unification of northern Italian states? Nice work. You chose Camillo Cavalcante and it is correct. What did the British Navy have a hard time finding? Valid point. Sailors is true. Realistic politics based on the needs of the state. Excellent. Real policy is a brilliant choice. What was the form of government in France in 1829? Right again. Monarchy is a valid answer. Which major battle marked Napoleon's final defeat? Solid response. Battle of Waterloo is a valid choice. How many states made up the German Confederation? Exactly. 39 makes sense and it is right choice. Who led the Seventh Coalition against Napoleon? Good thinking. Horatio Nelson is the right answer. What idea began to rise after Napoleon's exile? Nicely done. Nationalism is a solid answer. Bonaparte is most famous for his dash policies. You chose military, and it is correct. In what year was slavery abolished in England? Clear logic. Your choice 1833 year is sound and 100% true. Who led nationalist revolts in southern Italy? Excellent choice. Garibaldi is the right answer. The French government established by Napoleon. Correct response. Consulate is the most accurate answer. What two areas was Napoleon unable to conquer? Nice selection. England and Russia is the correct and valid answer. Which state took the lead in unifying Germany? Great job. Prussia is the accurate answer. Who led the nationalist movements after 1815? Strong choice. Liberals is the right answer. Which one did not lead to Napoleon's downfall? Smart pick. The invasion of Spain is the correct choice. Who was the leader of the Congress of Vienna? You're right. Metternich is the correct answer.
What was the main reason for Napoleon's fall? Bravo! The defeat in Russia is the answer. What marked the beginning of Napoleon's fall? Right choice. The defeat in Russia is the best answer. Which country was Napoleon Bonaparte born in? Smart move. France is an accurate answer. Otto von Bismarck believed in which concept? Excellent choice. Blood and iron is the right answer. Napoleon's brother, Louis, was king of Dash. Correct response. Holland is the most accurate answer. Where was Napoleon exiled to the first time? Bravo! The island of Elba is the answer. Which of the following started the earliest? Valid point. The Enlightenment is true. When did the Congress of Vienna take place? You got it? Your choice 1815 is kingdoms ruled by Napoleon's relatives dash. Well done. Dependent states is the right choice. Who aided the Greek fight for independence? Smart pick. England is the correct choice. Napoleonic Wars are called because of dash. On track. Napoleon I is the correct answer. Who was the leader of the Reign of Terror? Great job. Maximilien Robespierre is the accurate answer. When did the French Revolution take place? Correct. 1789-1799 is the right answer. Who led France during the Napoleonic Wars? Strong choice. Napoleon Bonaparte is the right answer. At what age did Napoleon become a general? Good thinking. 24 is the right answer. Napoleon's new government after 1799 dash.
Sharp thinking. The consulate is the right choice.
Unique cultural identity of a people dash.
Excellent. Nationalism is a brilliant choice.
How many coalitions were formed in total?
Nice selection. 7 is the correct and valid answer.
Napoleon's final defeat in June of 1815.
Right choice. Battle of Waterloo is the best answer.
When was Napoleon coronated as emperor?
Right again. 1804 is a valid answer.
Who did Napoleon make king of Spain?
Exactly. Joseph Bonaparte makes sense and it is right choice.
Napoleon's largest source of income.
Well picked. Louisiana Purchase is the correct answer.
Who dissolved the Holy Roman Empire?
Well reasoned. Austria King is the correct choice.
Napoleon was crowned dash in 1804.
Solid response. Emperor is a valid choice.
Napoleonic Wars took place in dash.
You're right. 1800-1815 is the correct answer.
Why did Josephine marry Napoleon?
You chose security, and it is correct.
Napoleon's final military battle.
Clear logic? Your choice Waterloo is sound and 100% true.
In what year was Napoleon born?
Great thinking. 1769 is the right choice.
Those who favor extreme change.
Good job. Your answer radicals works well here.
What class rank was Napoleon?
Nice work, you chose 42nd, and it is correct. Did the Sixth Coalition exist?
Nicely done. No is a solid answer.
Where did Napoleon die?
Perfect. St. Helena is the correct choice.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Nicely done. Contact Narayan Changda is a solid answer.